Here are my 7 favorite yoga studios in LA. First up is Hot 8 Yoga. I not only love the classes here, but it is so nice in here, especially for a hot yoga studio. Very clean, very hygienic. Next up is Empowered Yoga. I'm actually right there in the blue. And this is a fairly new studio, opened up like just over a year ago. The vibe is really great. There's like a no judgment vibe. I find like some of the yoga studios can be like really stuffy and people can be like, on their high horse, but this place is really not judgmental. The owner is awesome and they have great classes. Next is Sweat Yoga. I love the vibe here. It's in a dark room, and if you take Sweat Chisel, that is by far the hardest yoga class. Honestly, one of the hardest classes. It gets really intense, so if you're looking for a challenge, definitely check that out. If you're looking for a private or semi-private class, I would really recommend Anna Yoga. I'm gonna butcher her last name. I think it's Ausian. But I went to her studio when it was like the most magical hour, and she is such a doll. We ended up speaking for like an hour after. She just was like so amazing, and this has inspired me to go back to her. Next up is Beach Yoga. I mean, the fact that it's on the beach just makes the class, and they have a sunset yoga, and it's such a good like Sunday night activity or an activity on like an evening where you're like, what do we do? Don't want to go out drinking, want to do something healthy. It's also on ClassPass for like 2 credits. Okay, I have not yet been to Santa Monica Yoga, but I've heard it's one of the best. So I'm going to just put this in here and I have to try it. This is located on Ocean Park, and yeah, apparently it's an amazing yoga studio. Last up is Y7 Yoga, and this is a perfect place for people who maybe have like a tough time getting into yoga and want something a little more like faster paced to a soundtrack. You also flow on your own. So this is good for people who really just like want a tough sweat and get that yoga in, but maybe don't want the whole spiritual side of yoga. Follow and like for part 2.